Hello there guys, and welcome to a Crash Bash Productions video. Today I'm going to be talking about something a bit, it's been quite recent, so why not talk about it now? It's the best time to talk about it when it's fresh in your mind. So here we go guys. And so what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is something that many people go through, especially if they've gone through something else beforehand, because it's pretty much impossible to do otherwise, which is a breakup. And now a lot of people are going to be like, oh damn, it's a breakup video, I'm breaking up with you guys, I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. And yeah, breakups are difficult. Well, I say that it all depends on the situation, because if it's something that you both feel like you should do, then it is a bit easier. But then again, not always. It is very dependent on the situation. If you are completely over that person because they're an absolute twat, then that's, it makes it 20 times easier than if you still like them. And that's the thing about breakups. It may be fine for you or bad for you, and the other person may be the complete opposite, which then makes it a lot harder on either you or them, which is always a pain if that's the case. But I've gone through a few breakups. I'm gonna name a couple, and I'll share my experiences as always with you lovely, fabulous, absolutely brilliant peoples that are watching my videos. That was a bit overemphasized, but it's true. Sorry, that was a bit loud. But yeah, so I reckon the first relationship that I say kind of got into, because it didn't really last like long at all in any way. It was like a week, if that, maybe. I don't know. I do know, but I'm not gonna tell you how long exactly, because then I'll be like, he fucking knows, he's been counting. Digressing as always. But yeah, so the first breakup that I ever really truly experienced was I was going out with this girl, like I said, for about a week. And it came round to the next school day. This is in like year 8. I was 14 maybe? 13? I think 13, 14 ish. And so there I am, gonna walk up to my girlfriend, walking up like all cheery and bubbly and all that, thinking, oh, it's a great day, I get to see my girlfriend. And then I walk up to the group, and every single one of her friends just move off to the side, and I'm like, well, shit. Because that was an immediate signal that some shit is gonna go down between the two of you, because you move towards that group, the rest of the group moves away, and you're just left alone, and you're like, well, fuck my life. And so they all moved away, and I was just stood there, and I knew what was coming, and I just knew it. And she was just like, yeah, I don't think it's working out, all that jazz. And I was like, no, that's alright, that's understandable, And inside, I was completely dying. I didn't show it, I was like, no, that's cool. She was like, we can still be friends. And I was like, yeah, I was like, nah, we can't. Because the problem is with that would be digressing. Hold on, let me finish the story. So yeah, she was like, we can still be friends, and I was like, alright. And I moved back to my mate, and I just walked over to him, and I was like, I've just been dumped. He was like, oh no, you're alright, man. And I was like, oh, I fucking hate it. It was absolutely tragic. I didn't like it. You could tell it was coming from a mile away. It was one of the worst ways that you can break up. In a way, at least you kind of got like a tiny bit of a warning. In a way, I don't know, but it was really weird, very awkward. Not one of the best ones I've been through. To be honest, it's not exactly like I've been through many, so I can't really compare them to many others. But yeah, that was the first one. But like I was saying about the whole friends thing, if you still like that person, you can't exactly just be friends because you still got feelings for them. So you're still gonna be like kind of wanting that relationship, even if they aren't. And yeah, that went on for a good few years. And the second breakup, that was I was just absolutely terrible in that one. So this was the year 9 incident. For those that don't know, probably go back and watch one of my previous videos, like to do with relationships. The year 9 incident, and the way I broke up with the girl that I was with was actually really douchebaggy. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the best way I could have handled it, but it is what it is, and that's what you gotta just deal with it, you know. So she was like, "Oh yeah, I love you," and all this. You know, we're texting and stuff, so you can already see where this is kind of going. And I'm like, yeah, about that. I didn't say that exactly. I was just like, I can't really say it back though, because I was at that point where I was just like, I don't want to just be lying and say that I love her when I don't anymore. And so I was kind of like, and eventually I was just like, yeah, I don't really love you anymore. And and she was like, this is where it didn't help her case though. She then went off on a complete rampage. I admit it was a douchebag move, but then she went on a complete rampage. I tried to keep her calm. I was like, I'm sorry, yada yada yada, but yeah, it didn't work. And later on, she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, yada yada yada," and I was just like, nah, I can't be dealing with someone that's gonna completely blow up in my face if I do that, So yeah, that was a bit of a fuck up on my end. Absolutely terrible. Can't remember what I said exactly, mostly because I want to forget those kind of things, as you do. But yeah, that wasn't a great breakup. And the final one that I had, which was the most recent one, was about, I don't know, I've been so involved in games recently, trying to forget and drown my sorrows in the game score universe. Was, I don't know, about a month ago now, I'd say. And I was with my girlfriend. This is like the first proper relationship that I've been in. Like the first proper one where we both loved each other, we both wanted to be with each other, yada yada. And it was starting to, turn a bit sour. Things weren't going well. We were arguing. We weren't really talking to each other that much either. And I was like, right, we need to have an honest chat with each other, like 100% honest. And she was like, I knew that it was a problem, but I didn't really want to talk about it. And we were like, alright, we're gonna meet up. So we meet up. She comes around my place, and I'm like, and we start talking. Oh, that's my phone going off, don't mind me. And we start talking, and I'm just like, well, it's not working out. And then she says that she's gonna maybe be moving to a different country for a year, and I'm like, well, fuck, this isn't gonna work out at all, is it? And we both really didn't want to end it. To be honest, I think that's the worst breakup I've ever had, because we both didn't want to end it, but we knew that we had to, because it just wasn't going to work out. We would have just turned into enemies in the end. And it sucked. It really, really sucked. But I think it's still, even now, I still think it was the right call to make, because, to be honest, I think she's a lot happier now that she doesn't have to worry about me or anything along the lines of relationship things. It's just simple, it's easy, sorted kind of thing. And to be honest, that's better than turning out to hate each other because you've tried to make it work when you know it won't. So that's pretty much how it went and everything. But yeah, that's probably the worst breakup I've ever had. Not gonna lie, kinda bawled my eyes out. Embarrassing, but you know, you had to let it out. It was a big... That was like the first ever relationship I properly had, you know, and I really like this girl. But yeah, digressing as always. But yeah, that is like kind of breakups. But I definitely recommend, if you guys are having trouble, you really need an honest talk, because otherwise it will just fester and get worse and worse and worse, and eventually it will just break you up. Like, if you don't talk about it. So if you talk about it, at least if you do break up, it will be on good terms. So yeah, that's my story on breakups. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one was a bit longer than the other one, which I hope it was, at least. I can't really tell because I started it in a weird time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, leave any comments about any of your breakups, and which one's been the worst or the best, for what reason, you know, any kind of comment to do with breakup. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.